Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I got mine. So I'm up very early this morning because I had to take a pain pill. My toe started hurting. In case you all don't know, I fell down at Aldi yesterday and broke my toe. No one to blame but myself. I'm just a big old klutz like that. And I broke my toe, and I did have to end up going to the emergency room because the Tylenol was not cutting it. And I was surprised that they gave me something stronger. They did, actually. They gave me something stronger. And so I have coffee this morning without Bailey's because we cannot mix pain meds with alcohol. Thank you so much for your well wishes yesterday. I feel okay. I just broke my toe. It happens. I've broken this toe lots of times. The first time I broke it was when I was working at Chrysler. I fell down at Chrysler again, another fall. And the toe never healed right because I didn't take the full 6 weeks off because I didn't think that I needed the full 6 weeks off. It stopped hurting after a couple of weeks. And so I went back to work, and this toe has been very easy to break ever since then. I never should have did that. And I regret that. But anywho, I'm up early this morning because I couldn't get back to sleep. So I said I might as well have a cup of coffee and talk to the people. But anyway, we got a lot of bang for our buck yesterday. And I thank you so much. Speaking of thank you, there are people that say thank you too. I need to say thank you so much to Tammy. Tammy, my love, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you always say, I wish it could be more. And you're one of the most frequent generous donators that the Library Pantry has. And in case I've never said that to you, yeah, thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you, my love. And Nicole, thank you. Nicole, I was thinking about you yesterday when you donated, and thank you for that, by the way, because you bought not the last Library Pantry, but the one before that one. We've had 3 total. We have 2 in use now. One is the library and game side, and the other is the pantry side. But you bought the one after Jen did, the one that we lost in the hurricane that kind of got, well, we didn't really lose it. It just got kind of beat up and raggedy. I use it out in the backyard for my gardening now. So, I throw nothing away. I'm one of those frugal people. But I was thinking about you because I think I may need to, I've got a sneeze coming on. I think that we may need to buy a third pantry for outside. I think we just need something bigger, but then I'm like, I don't want to waste money buying a third one. Do not send money for that, people. I don't want to waste money buying a third one when this thing that's going on with Snap is just temporary. You know what I'm saying? So what would be nice if there was someone that I could borrow one from, so that I just wouldn't have to go out there and fill it so often. But anyway, nevertheless, thank you, Nicole, and I appreciate you. I hope that didn't sound unappreciative. Angela, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. And to Gilda says, do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. I'm going to talk about that. And Trenda, thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much for always being there for this Library Pantry. And to T. Taylor, same thing. Now, you told me to divide it up. Usually, I don't do that. You said part of it is Library Pantry, but I want you to do something nice for yourself. And you and Gilda, I am going to do that. As you all can see, I'm not a very flashy person. That's just not how I live my life. I don't spend a lot of money on things that I don't need. But right now, I do need a washer and dryer. I'm not going to buy it brand new because I am protesting with my dollars. I did buy my refrigerator last week. I did buy that brand new because I just didn't want to buy it. The thought of a used refrigerator, I just didn't want to buy a used refrigerator for a lot of reasons. But a washer and dryer, I'll buy that used. And I do want to protest with my dollars. And the set that I currently have, it's not getting my clothes as clean as, it's just time for a new one. The clothes are coming out clean, but just not as clean as they could, and sometimes I have to run them through again. So it's definitely time for a new set. And the set that I have is pretty old. I don't buy anything unless I have to. I don't. That's just who I am. I'm frugal. Lots of people like to buy things and update things, and and I totally get that. But for me, I'm that kind of person. If it's still doing its job, Let it do its job, because isn't that why you invest in quality pieces? Let it do its job until it's not doing its job anymore. And that's just kind of the way that I feel about it. You know, I'm just not a flashy, fancy kind of person. Those days are long gone from me. But anyway, I want to say thank you so much, ladies, for helping out with the Library Pantry. I'm really hoping that this whole thing with SNAP ends soon. I hope that it ends soon. You know, speaking of this whole thing with SNAP, yesterday, did you all see that short video that I did? I stitched a young lady because a lot of people didn't realize what this government shutdown was, what all it entailed, everything that was going to be affected. And there was a young lady that realized that she wasn't going to get her housing subsidy because of the government shutdown. And I basically said that, you know, well, we tried to tell you all what voting for this man, not voting at all, or throwing your vote away and voting third party was going to do to this nation. We told you what would happen if this man became the leader of this nation again. So yeah, buckle up, Buttercup. Well, somebody made a comment, and the comment went something like, these I told you so's are getting stale, and now is not the time for this. We need to be pulling these people in for a hug. I think the fuck not. It is definitely time for I told you so's. Listen, we've got 3 more years and 2 more months of I told you so's, at least for me. And because this is my platform, every time I fix my mouth to want to say I told you so, I'm going to say I told you so. Because look at what's happened. Look at what is happening. Because of racism and misogyny, look at what's going on in this nation. You got people running from ICE has become a whole terrorist organization. They're brutalizing people in the streets of America and taking them to facilities like Alligator Alcatraz. All these images of Gaza being leveled that never would have happened had people been able to vote for the pretty black woman. You've got people missing, government workers missing paychecks, airplanes being grounded because TSA agents and air traffic controllers are calling in sick, as they should, because who wants to work for no pay? You got women, infants, and children not being funded, veterans not being funded. 42 million American families are going without food. The rest of us are scrambling, trying to make sure that we can get as many people in this nation fed as possible, while billionaires and oligarchs laugh at us all. 300,000 plus black women lost their jobs. Housing is as unaffordable as it has ever been. People still aren't being paid a livable wage. Everything is becoming more and more expensive. And we're watching our government hold people's food hostage in order to be able to take away your health care. We told you so. We get to say it. I'm going to say it every time I get the opportunity to say it. I'm never going to make you all feel comfortable with voting for the wrong person, not voting at all, or throwing your vote away on a third party. I'm never, ever going to make you feel comfortable with that. You should never be able to get comfortable with that, because look at what's happening. Look at what is happening. Why should you get comfortable with that? I want you all as uncomfortable as you are making the rest of us. Get uncomfortable. Feel uncomfortable. I will never, ever let you feel comfortable with what you have done to help turn America into. Fuck you and comfortable. We have midterms coming up before you know it. Maybe, heck, those of us who are saying I told you so right now, told you that back in 2016, 17, 18, and 19, and 20, we wouldn't be here again. Maybe I should have been louder then with the I told you so's. He was chaos then. He was hateful then. He was incompetent then. He was a criminal then. He did not make America great then. And the rest of us will be reminding you of that, especially the 92% who did everything we could. We read that Project 2025 to you. We told you what was coming down the pipeline. We told you that he would hurt Americans. But you all wanted to see us hurt so bad, you didn't even realize that you get caught up in it too. When you dig a grave for one, dig a grave for two. We're never going to let you feel comfortable with that. There are children not being fed. Veterans not getting help. Women don't have control over their own bodies. You don't get to be comfortable with that. I won't be letting you get comfortable with that. And that's just what it is. For the next 3 years and 2 months, you're going to be as uncomfortable as I'm going to be. No one should be made to feel comfortable. We will not be protecting your comfort. I will stay reminding you how stupid you were. I will stay reminding you how wrong you were. Every single opportunity that I get. And if you don't like it, turn the channel. Because it is what it is. That's what it is here. That's exactly what it is here. I told you so. We told you so. We tried. We told you. We warned you. We said it. You don't get to be made to feel comfortable over here. With that being said, that is all that I have for today. Have a righteous day. Don't be nobody's problem today. If you would like to help out with the Library Pantry, just buy me a cup of coffee without Bailey's for a little while, or support this platform. I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Y'all have a righteous day. Have a good day. Oh, and I almost forgot. I told you so.